Hey guys, welcome to Vancity Adventure. Today we're actually going to install the BLUETTI Charger 2. Stay tuned. Let's roll it. This is the BLUETTI Charger 2. This is awesome. So we have something similar to this, which doesn't work. It actually overcharges or actually sets the battery off. But look at the size of this thing.
That's small.
Now we have one from a different brand, which is way heavier. And this thing is light compared to that other one. I actually have the other one. It is heavier. It is thinner. But this one actually sets off the engine light. And we're gonna actually install this. So, you're asking, what is this? Now, BLUETTI puts out some pretty awesome products. And this battery, we can charge when we're not on the road. We can charge it, at home. We can also charge it when we're on the road. The charge on it is not the greatest. And I know what Caden's thinking when I'm doing this, and if you see, you even go there, Caden.
8, 9.
Wow. But anyway, when you're on the road, it's nice to get these things charged, and it's nice to get these things charged fast. And that is where the Charger 2 comes into play. This is a system that goes in your vehicle. And we are going to do an install right here, so it shows it nice and easy, and then we will install it in the vehicle. So you've got your car battery. This is going to hook up to the car battery. This gets hooked up to this heavy cable. Now this cable here is, this is almost, this stuff is tough. You're not going to,
Dang.
yeah. So this is going to go from your engine bay all the way to wherever you put your Charger 2. So it's going to get hooked up to this, all the way to this, and then this can charge this. It can charge other battery banks as well. So let's get to install. So the stuff that it comes with is some screws. So you can mount this wherever you're going to mount this. Got your screw holes here. You do need some breathability around this so that this doesn't plug. Same with anything, same with your BLUETTI. You need that breathability so this thing does not get hot. It comes with your fuse, so this will get hooked up here, which we will do that. It comes with your connection to your battery, so this connects up to the solar, so you can charge it via solar or charge it into the battery system itself. Now, two connectors, both the same. One is labeled PV plus, PV minus, the other is the same thing. This end, charge, and so this is probably the one we'll use. It also comes with a bi-directional charger for other connectors. We'll put that one aside for now. So, we will start. You got your vehicle, your battery's up front. You're going to connect your cable. So first things first, we are going to connect the fuse. This is your fuse. So you can see right there, your fuse is right there. I'm actually going to change that up a little bit. Put this down. Put it to the side. This is going to get hooked to this anyway, so I should actually take that off for now. I will hook one end up. Can you grab the clippers? Okay, I'm going to take this cover off. So this has a little cover. So this allows you access to these right here, so that I can loosen these up. I can get these into place in here, because right now I can't get them in, see? Nothing's happening. So I actually have to loosen these up. Same thing up here. This is all your adjustments. Then once you're done, the cover goes back on with the 2 screws that keeps these protected. So I'm putting these in. I'm tightening up the screws. And now these things are secure. Just gonna make sure this one's a little bit tighter. Now they're secure. So once that's done, I'm also gonna actually add this one as well. So we'll fast forward. So same thing on this one. As you can see, I've got a charge port and my PV port. So my PV port is your solar. This is your charge. So like it says here, charge goes to charge, PV is gonna go to PV. PV is gonna be your solar, your charge is gonna be to your battery bank. Film all that. So I've hooked up both solar and all that. I'm gonna put the cap back on. Throw the screws back in this. So that protects all these. Make sure everything's nice and tight so your connectors don't come out. Now, I'm showing you this because each vehicle is going to be different. And in order to install this in each vehicle, you're going to have to figure out where to run your cable. Best place usually is going to be along your door sill. So it's nice and flat. You can run it this way, however it's going to work. So we're going to connect up to the battery. Wrong screw. That'll work though for now. Let's pull that back a little bit. Let's get you connected at the moment. Actually, let's put you on first. This is just one of my spare batteries that I've got. They've run a cap on this as well, which is nice. So you can kind of protect that somewhat. But you can just gotta get that on top. And then run up our negative. Okay. So I'm just running it off of here to show you because I did get it to work. I didn't have the app hooked up, but I just ran the hot air gun, and right now I got no output and I'm not running the alternator, so we will hook this up. But as you can see, I've got my negative, my positive hooked up to the battery. Just feeling the heat on these things. They all run into here. So this is my main power coming in, plus negative. this is my feed going out to the battery bank. Right now you can see the input from the battery is 352 on average. We're not running the alternator. This is if I wanted to hook up solar. So I can charge it. You're just charging directly off of this battery with no alternator. We are going to go install this finally. So the app is actually pretty interesting. So it's showing how much wattage it's pulling right now from the battery. And it will also show, like, if I've got a battery that's going out right now, that's how much is going out. That's how much it's pulling in. If once we hook the alternator up, you should see that actually go up. And then if we were to run a DC panel, right now I'm only pulling 242 off of a battery that's not being charged at all. Nothing is going out. So I can view that, and I can view the charger information. So nothing's coming in, as you can see. So this is off your alternator. Yeah. So let's go finish the install. So I'm just gonna run the cable through here. So there's that trim piece off. So it looks like I got room in here to put it. But I have other wires that I just moved over to the other side. Oh, a washer. To the other side here too. So here's a cable conduit. So I'll run the cable through here to the back, and then I'll figure out what I'll do at the back yet. But yeah, let's get that going. Okay, I want to make sure I've got enough to go into the engine bay. So I'm going to leave probably about that much. Now the problem here is, so I've got these that go into these little clips here. So that means I can't run the cable like I would. I can run it differently. So maybe, let's see what I got under here. I can run it under the carpet. So now I gotta poke a hole through here and then get this through. Let's do this. So I've also got to patch that hole afterwards. So I siliconed it a few times, I sprayed a rubber. He says you can kind of see where it's dripped before, but I like to make sure it's all sealed. But let's get this thing fixed so that it's not going to be in my way. Okay. I think that's clipped in. Now I gotta put that back on. fast forward to getting the seat out. Okay, seat's out. Always fun, pulling seats out. Now I'll run the cable up. I'll take this out and then try to weave this through here. I just fit everything in loosely so everything lines up. Because I've tightened everything up before and the backs didn't line up. So now I loose fit everything. So this has 6 bolts. Like I said earlier that it had 4. There's 4 big ones and 4 small ones. Okay, get the seatbelt back up. There we go. And everything is complete. Let's test it out. So this has its own fuse built into it. We will just get this installed. So it's very straightforward. Positive to positive, negative to negative. So I've got the cable coming through now. Through here. I'll just grab that from you, kid. I just brought it up through here. Brought it through here. Now I got the cable in. Now I just need to get this all hooked up. Okay. So I've got this here. Now this needs to breathe as well. So usually when I have this connected, I'm not going to have it connected all the time. Or I'm not going to have it operating all the time. I will probably have it down here in a breathable box itself in order for that to work. So let's test this out now. Got the charger working. You can see right now the truck is actually running. The battery's coming almost to full, so this is actually going lower now, the input. We were at 4 something, but once it gets to a certain stage, it's going to start charging less. So, yeah. So you can see it's actually slowly going down. The amount is pulling, which is good. So eventually that will be full. But if this were lower, then this input's going to come in a lot higher. So this charger, the new Charger 2, is bigger than the Charger 1. We got to find a place to mount this for this to breathe. But right now I just have everything just coming in out of the back here. Took the seats out. I'm cold, so I put my hoodie back on. Everything's charged through here and we're at 100%. So now we got 0 charge. So I could drain this down and we can see how fast it will charge it up. So I'm gonna do that right now. So I've got Caden draining the battery so we can see how fast.
Oh, 99 right?
Yeah, so this thing pulls a lot of power. If it'll focus. Too dark in here to focus. There. So it pulls a lot of power. So we're gonna get this thing down to 95 and see how fast this thing charges up. We're at 95. It got cold pretty fast here. Holy. No, the sun's coming back up. 500. It's seeing what it needs to do to charge it up, because it's only like 5%. So you can see we're pulling 432 and it's pulling 411 into the machine. 523, 542, 593. That's actually, yeah. It's quite interesting, actually. So this is off the Charger 2. Now, I'm not sure where we're going to mount this. The fan here, we want to be able to breathe. So I might leave this area kind of open when we're traveling, or throw it in a box that these can be together and breathe, which I could put right here, which I have done before for camera equipment and stuff. But I've got everything mounted underneath here. So it's all hidden, and then it's coming out here, so I can just roll it up. But this charger so far is way better than the other one we had from a different brand. The other brand that we had was a different company, and that one threw on a the check engine light, not check engine light. We had an issue that came up on here, so I never used it because of that. This one, that has not come on. That's actually pretty cool. This is for when you are traveling. So you're on the road, you don't have shore power, you don't have power to plug into. Now you can plug in to your alternator and use your vehicle while you're traveling to charge. Now if I were to charge off of a cigarette lighter, this would charge a lot less. So I'll show you. 479, I'm unplugging this. We're gonna plug this in. So it usually takes a bit of the power and stuff to get into it. So this is off the cigarette lighter. Give it a bit of a chance. I mean, remember, we're at 400 and something. This is off a cigarette, or power supply. Yeah, we're getting up there. We're getting to 92. So it looks like we're peaking out at 94. That's the difference. In your shore power or your charger and using the cigarette lighter, you're getting 4 times, maybe 5, 6 times the amount of power to charge your battery bank. That's why we choose the BLUETTI Charger 2. Get it below, guys. It's an awesome deal. You know, this can charge other things as well, not just the BLUETTI. It can charge other battery banks as well. Try yours today.